Alrighty, I'm going to give you a rundown on these six core pillars, what they are, what they look like, and then we will dive into it. So, what I want to share with you is down below, you will see the visual for this. And when you look at this, you'll notice that the six core pillars are around in a diamond shape, holding that strong structure. And in the middle, the sustainable business, right, is in a shield shape. So when we have all of these together, this is what happens is it forms together in a strong structure like that, that is uh, sort of behind a shield and can't be broken. It can't be destroyed because we've set the foundations that strong and built it in a way step by step that is sustainable and long lasting. So stick with me here because as I go through these, there might be some of them you're like, oh yeah, I know that, or yep, I've done that. And some of it you may have done, and that's amazing, really cool. I truly believe it doesn't matter where we are at, we can never go over these things enough, especially when, things change all of the time as well. So making sure we're super clear on things at all times is important. Now, also, there might be something in here that you think you've done, but then when you get to the module itself, you're like, actually, this is quite different to the way I last did it, or this is quite different to what I thought this was. And that's the point because I've created it this way. So it's not just the same old stuff. It is actually coming through from a different way so that we can make the deep, lasting transformations, changes, and results. So, I'm so excited to take you through this. So it definitely isn't your typical surface level business training. Nah. I don't work like that. This is business without the bullshit. So we strip it all back and we build a business or build your business your way that actually feels like you. So it's not just out there with the sales lenses on. How can I get more sales? Where's that money coming through? Where's my next victim? That awkward, icky, doubting every step and not knowing a clear direction. And I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. We're going to change that so that we are turning it into a business that is soul aligned, profitable, and sustainable. And we're going to do this by following your purpose and your passion and the magic that you are here to share with the world. Before we dive into the juicy goodness of each individual pillar, I want to give you a powerful overview of all of them and the foundational pieces that we're working with inside this space. So, because each of these pillars play a really important role in the ecosystem of your business, when they are activated and together, that's where the real magic happens. So you might find that there's a few different areas within these pillars that are really strong for you. There could just be one or two that aren't, right? And so when we're able to really refine every single one and bring them together, then this is where real results come in. And this stuff will help you in so many ways for the rest of your life. It really, really will. That is the power of it. So let's break them down. So, the first pillar that we dive into is clarity and business model. Now, you can't market what you can't see clearly, right? So, this pillar is all about getting honest and laser focused on who you are, who you help, how you help them in a way that works for you. We're going to forget the rigid blueprints. We get super clear on the offers, the pricing, the structure, the flow that aligns with your values, your gifts, and your energy. So, this is where confusion clears, confidence lands, and your unique path forward becomes really obvious because we're going to set that in space for you. It'll be as if the path in front of you is lit up. And if there's fogginess about right now, don't you worry because we will be clearing that and it will be so super clear, lit up, and you will know exactly which which steps to take in order to create the business and the life that you desire. This step is really, really important because without the clarity, you stay stuck in figure it out. I've got to just figure it out, right? And you're in that mode and you're second guessing every move. You're not really sure what to do. You feel like you're kind of walking on eggshells as if to be like, oh, is this the right step? Should I be doing this? Should I be stepping there? And that can become quite deflating and quite discouraging as well, especially when you are then trying to do things or fit in with what somebody else has told you or whatever it is, and it's just not quite working in the way that you wanted it to. Or maybe, something could be working, but you're working a lot harder than what you would have liked, or there's other areas of your life that are getting sacrificed because of it, or whatever it is. We really bring that back together so that there's no more second guessing. You're super clear and the clarity is there, as well as the confidence to take those steps as well. We will define your big vision, your mission, and your message. So, really looking at what is your mission? What are you here to do? Because when we can look at that and bring your values into that of what that looks like for you, we can intrinsically link what you are doing to how you want to live your life. And therefore, it gives you a very friendly, big kick up the butt in order to create this for yourself, right? Because when we are here with a mission and we are here to make impact in the world like you are, then it becomes about so much more than just us, which is pretty freaking cool. So, we're going to map out a business model for you that matches your lifestyle and your energetic capacity, because that is a very important part, not just what everybody else is doing. So, you'll have an offer suite that works for you. You'll get clear on what offers make sense for you. So, you stop creating from pressure and start building with purpose. So this is where we want to start to look at what offers have you got? And maybe it's, we could be creating a whole new offer suite, or we could be refining what you've already got. And it's starting to look at not just creating what seems easy or what somebody else is doing or what this strategy says. It's actually starting to look at what is it? How are you here to serve? What does that look like for you? Does the business model that you currently have or that you're looking at creating fit in with your lifestyle, fit in with the amount of hours that you want to work every week, fit in with your values? Are your values being fulfilled through your business model and the way that you're doing it? So we're going to nut all of that out for you, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. The second pillar that we are going to dive into is brand identity and messaging. So there is a lot that comes into this, because when you are an entrepreneur and you are the face of it all, you are an extension of your brand, right? It comes into you. However, there is different things energetically that come into it as well when we start to look at what that kind of looks like in the bigger picture of bringing these pillars together in every moving part of our business as well. And how you express the fullness of who you are in a way that's consistent and real. We get to look at this so that it reflects your brand and is portrayed to the world in that way of what it is that you are a master at, what it is that you want to be known for, and how you become the go-to and the standout within your field and with what it is that you are doing. Now, when we talk about branding, there is so much more that comes into it than just colors and everything else, right? But we do start to look at how you become recognizable and unforgettable. And we really refine your brand voice, your visuals, your language, and your message and the positioning of it so that your people feel you even before they know what you have to offer. And of course, being clear on that, and we'll go through all the things of what needs to be super clear for when people look at your profile, or depending on where you're marketing, or in person, online, whatever it looks like for you. We will really nut that out in a way that shows you, reflects you and your brand and the way that you want it to be seen in the world, because this is a really big piece. And then your brand stops being a logo or a name or whatever it is you're going under, and starts becoming a living, breathing transmission of your truth, your message, and what you are here to share with the world. Now, the energetic piece of this as well, when we can set the scene of your brand and what people feel when they come in to see you in any way, shape, or form that is, it's really powerful. And this is a piece I see so many people miss, because we can actually set the energetic foundations, not just the structure or the physical stuff, the energetic foundations of how people feel as soon as they come across you. Why does that matter? Why would all of this matter? Because your brand is how people connect to you emotionally and energetically before they'll ever buy, right? We will uncover your core values, your story, and your voice so your presence is unmistakable. Now, you'll learn to speak to your people in a way that lands, resonates, and sticks with them. And this is what moves your messaging from people just watching to people being like, I need this in my life. So get ready and prepared for that. The third pillar that we're going to dive into is marketing and audience growth. Now, I've spent a lot of time in digital marketing, organic marketing, and online marketing, learning all of the things around how do we market in a way that converts? How do we market in a way that is worth it? How do we, grow our audience? How do we get people in front of us? How do we allow people to trust us? How do we get people to see what we do and that we're here and hello, like I'm here, I'm ready to be visible. It's not just about chasing algorithms or faking it for engagement or nothing like that. This pillar really helps you create content and connection strategies that feel really good, work well, and attract aligned humans to your world. So you will learn to grow an audience full of the right fit people for you, not just followers, not just people who are watching and, feel a bit inspired and like what you do, but actual potential clients who are already feeling your energy before the sales conversation even starts. And this is the beautiful thing about the sales process and the sales I guess process and structure that I'm going to take you through is there's nothing icky, awkward, pushy, forcey, nothing like that. It is based on making real connections and allowing your energy to come through in that way of showing the value that you're bringing to the world while you are doing something as simple as having a conversation with somebody. So this is, they're all really important when we put the whole puzzle together. And marketing is what keeps your business alive. But it doesn't have to be noisy, overwhelming, or gross, right? Because things are noisy out there. There's a lot going on, and people feel like there's a lot of competition, or there's a lot, they need to there's no point because we don't stand out, or we can't do this, or that person's looked at more than me, and comparison comes into it, and looking at what other people are doing. This is where we are able to find a way that feels really good for you. We actually go through processes and embodiment structures that allow you to not worry about what's going on around you, not worry about what everyone else is doing or that next person, because they're not you and you're not them. Right? So it's finding that way for you in order to step into the world in this way for you, for your business, right? For your magic, for your purpose, for your passion. I truly believe there is no competitors. As similar as someone else might do to you or me, they're not you. You're not them. We're all different. We all have a different mission and a different energy that we bring to the world. And so therefore, I totally believe in collaboration, right? I love meeting, seeing, talking to people that do similar to me, because I know how important it is. I know how much people need this. I know how many lives we're changing. And so I just absolutely love it because we need more of it, right? And so it's a really cool mindset shift to have when we can let go of the comparison and really come into our own of what you're doing. So you will create intentional visibility strategies that work with your energy and your schedule. You will explore what platforms suit your voice best and where you want to be and how you want to show up and how to grow with intention and how to build real relationships. You will stop screaming into the void and start becoming someone who people are naturally drawn to, your people. Bring it on. The fourth pillar that we're going to dive into is sales and client journey. Sales get to feel sacred, clean, powerful. They don't have to be pushy. We will unpack your client journey from stranger to soulmate client and build an aligned sales system that honors both your energy and their say so as well. Their what's the word I'm looking for? Their their opinion, their liveliness, their everything, right? Really caring for them as a person. So what I mean by this is no forcey, pushy, persuading type strategies. It's actually about looking at what value you provide and if they are someone that you can help and can change their life or not, right? And either is okay, but it's coming down that part of really finding that for you because you will learn to sell with integrity, confidence, and ease while creating an experience that has your clients feeling very held every step of the way. They trust you, right? Because that's the way that we build it. That's the way that we set the foundations is that you're building trust. They're getting to know, like, and trust you, and therefore they are more drawn to you in that way of becoming a client, right? So when you have the skill to take somebody from an absolute stranger to being in your world, working with you, a lot of people, there's a gap for a lot of people there, right? A lot of people sort of have a bit of a presence or do a bit of marketing and maybe get a wee bit of results, but maybe have, a couple of things they can put out. And then over here, they've maybe got whether you're just building a business or you're established already is totally fine. And so what you've got on this end is your, one-on-one clients or people that are paying you. But often there's a gap in between of like, well, hang on, what's the process of how you are taking someone? What's the client journey that they get to feel and they get to come into? And when we're able to set it up in this way, we have a place for everybody to come into your world. And it's really, really, really potent to look at, become aware of, and understand where that gap is for you right now so we can fill it and we stop leaking anything, right? We create the foundation to hold it. So, with this, I know I'm talking a lot right now and giving you a lot of information, but just bear with me because as we move through, we are going to dive into each and every one separately, individually, and potently so that you're able to really take on the information that you need and implement as well. Okay. So sales is where income meets impact. But if it feels off, it won't convert. Say that one again. If it feels off, it won't convert. So if you're someone who does feel a little bit funny about sales and you don't really like, making sales or you feel icky, awkward, don't want to be pushy, whatever it is, then likely that's why it's not converting as much as you would like, right? But when we can step into a process that just feels natural, just feels like an everyday conversation, just feels like, a sacred invitation, then it's not like that. We will simplify how you make offers, talk about your work, and guide people to a yes without ever forcing it. There'll be no icky feeling there. You will design a clear and soul-led client journey. So every part of your business, from first touch point to final call, feels aligned and intentional for you. So you know where you're at, and your client is cared for, loved, and feels supported through the whole process as well. Plus, we'll talk about further things as well of, always having a place to go, a next logical step, and how to create experiences that clients rave about. So you are getting talked about, referrals, getting, really getting known for what it is that you are doing. Okay, so The fifth pillar that we are going to look into is energy, mindset, and embodiment. Now, I love, love, love this piece so much because I've become a real master at energetics and mindset mastery as well. But what this actually looks like in the embodiment of it. Now, when people talk about business and you look at business coaching, often this is a part that is missed. And it is super, super important to, this is like the glue to all the pieces bringing together, right? This is the backbone of it so that you are fully behind what you're doing. There's not just a shell of you doing these things because you think you should be or you're meant to be or someone told you you should. Your whole being is behind your purpose and your passion and what you're bringing to the world. Now, when people start to see this, everything changes because they're like, whoa, whoa, where did they come from? Right? And your whole body being, everything is there. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here to serve. I'm here to make an impact. And this is what I'm here to do. And it is felt. So you can have all the strategy in the world, but if your energy is off, it won't land. This pillar is about how you show up, what you believe, how deeply you are embodying the version of you who already has what you desire. Now, that's not just fake it till you make it and all that sort of stuff. It's actually the true full embodiment of that and us actually working on, those core root pieces of, well, why aren't you believing that just yet? Or why isn't that there for you? What's going on with that piece of mindset or, the belief or whatever it is, the energetics, right? If that's a little bit off, we get to fix that so you are the person who is getting what you desire. And it's really, really cool. I just love this so much. Talking about it makes me so excited. We work with your subconscious beliefs, your self-leadership, your nervous system regulation, and energetic spiritual hygiene so that you can run your business from overflow, not from burnout. We don't need to go down that path any longer. So please take a breath and a sigh of relief that you are here because you get to build your business from overflow. And it is the most rewarding thing when you're coming from that place and you absolutely love what you do and you are following your purpose, your passion, getting paid well to do so because that's the energetic exchange, right? Oh, it's just incredible. I am so glad that you're here with me. So strategy only works when it's built on a regulated, empowered foundation. So anybody could go throw out any strategy out there, but it doesn't mean that it will work if it's not the strategy for you or you don't have the foundations or the energetics there in order to hold you in that. You will shift the stories and beliefs that keep you playing small or stuck in hustle. We will build real CEO habits, rituals, and energetic practices to help you stay grounded, clear, and embodied in your leadership. As I said, this is the glue, the inner work that makes the outer work actually stick. The next pillar is systems and structures. This is number 6. This is the back end stuff that makes the front end sustainable. So this is sometimes the things that you haven't got in order of, like, you've set your business up or maybe you're thinking about it and you've got all these ideas and everything's running around of I could do this, I could do this, I could do that, I need to do that, this is a step I need to take in order to create that or put that offer out there or whatever it is. This is where we come back to actually having the step-by-step, actionable, tangible steps of how to make that happen with the systems and the processes and what that looks like for you, not just having everything everywhere and don't know where things are or what the process is for that. And I ran my business without this for a long time, And it got me to a certain place. It did. Now, burnout looks different for everybody, but it did. It took me down a path of burnout. I couldn't carry on the way that I was without any systems, structures, processes in place. Now, like I did, and you may too, you've already got processes and structures and ways that we do things. But when we're not aware of that and we haven't actually nutted out what that looks like, it can be and feel a little bit all over the place. So we're like, ah. Now, building a business like this will get us so far, but it won't be sustainable to actually hold it there, right? So we make the boring bits beautiful. Because when your systems are simple, streamlined, and aligned with your natural rhythm, your business feels lighter, easier, and scalable. Now, obviously, there is different levels of this as well. If you're someone who is just starting a business, just creating it, just stepping into it, it likely is just you at the moment, and that's totally, totally okay because that's where we start, right? If you are someone who's established, already running your business, you've got some income coming in, you might be starting to look at or plan for some time in the near future that you've got a team or you get a VA or someone that is helping you, right? And then we get to really look at the delegation and everything of what we are doing. Or you might already have a VA or someone like that helping you. Either level that you're at is fine. This is going to be absolutely perfect for you, no matter what that is for you. But looking at the systems are what hold your business together when your energy dips or life happens, right? So this is where this, along with the energetics of it, we get to have your business continue to grow, continue to make sales, continue to do all the beautiful stuff you want it to do, no matter what happens in life, no matter what comes up for you, because life will always happen. There will always be things, right? And we could always make a million excuses as to why we can't do something or why we can't be there or do that or whatever, right? When we have this in place and we have these pillars there and holding it, it doesn't matter what's going on with you. You can take a break, you can go on holiday, you can do all the things, and business doesn't need to go troop. You can have a bit of a hard time. You can have things happen or, have a identity shift or an ego death or whatever it is and feel a little bit not high vibe as you normally would be, but your business doesn't need to go with you. I hope that is making sense. You will learn to create sustainable rhythms and build your business in a way that supports long-term growth because you're here. So I'm going to guess that you're not just in it for a little bit, for a little win, for a short-term fix. You're in it for the long game. You're in it to make impact. You're in it to really create change in the world in one way or another. And so that is what we're doing here. When this flows, you finally feel free to create, serve, and show up fully when you've got everything there holding you in that strong foundation and structure to build on, right? You've got this sturdy ground. So whether you are refining or rebuilding or creating or just expanding your business, whatever it is for you, wherever you're at, these 6 pillars will give you a full spectrum foundation to build, grow, and run your business without any burnout, without any confusion, without any lack of clarity, without any doubt. Most importantly, without the bullshit. Let's get into it.